Hey guys, I'm Sagar from TecworkZ, and this is my full review of the Moto G4 Plus. Most of you might probably know by now that Motorola or Lenovo gave us two Moto G devices this time, the Moto G4 and the Moto G4 Plus. The Plus variant comes with a fingerprint sensor and a 16 megapixel rear camera. Everything else remains the same on both these devices. I have posted the unboxing video and also the camera review of this phone a few days back. You guys should definitely check it out. The Moto G smartphones have always been the best budget devices in my opinion. You get good hardware with pretty decent specifications, timely software updates, and all of that at a very affordable price. The G4 Plus is no different. It has grown in size compared to the previous generation Moto G devices. It now comes with a massive 5.5-inch screen with a resolution of 1920 by 1080, which means every inch of the screen packs in 401 pixels. This display is protected by Gorilla Glass 3. The resolution bump from 720p to 1080p is a good move, but I think 5-inch display would have been perfect for this phone. But that's just my opinion. This device feels surprisingly light for its size. There is no denying the fact that it is a huge device, and not everyone will be able to use it with one hand. One is the rounded rubberized back, which has been Motorola's signature design for quite some time now. Instead, we have a flat back with just little texture to it and a very shallow motor dimple. Due to these design changes and the device being a bit wider than before, it is very difficult to grip this phone. Below the display, we have the fingerprint sensor. It is not a home button or a capacitive button, it's just a fingerprint sensor. It is always on and is very fast in unlocking the device. I would have still preferred this sensor to act like a home button, and navigation buttons on either side of this sensor would have been nice. Above the display, we have the earpiece and speaker combo grille, a 5 megapixel front-facing camera, and a few other sensors. The back of the phone is removable, which gives you access to two SIM card slots and a micro SD card slot. Unlike the Moto G3, this year's Moto G4 Plus is not water resistant. You get a water repellent nano coating, but that won't save this phone if you accidentally drop it in water. The overall performance of this phone is very smooth. The octa-core Snapdragon 617 processor, Adreno 405 GPU, and 2 or 3 GB of RAM handles everything and anything you throw at it like a champ. I was surprised to see this phone handle even graphics-intensive games with ease. You will barely notice any lag or dropped frames while using this phone. You get to choose between the 16 GB storage and 2 GB RAM, or the 32 GB storage and 3 GB RAM when you purchase this phone. No matter which one you choose, you also get a micro SD card slot to add in extra storage later on. The Snapdragon 617, however, has some overheating issues, and playing heavy games on the Moto G4 Plus for over 15 to 20 minutes does make it pretty hot. Not just warm, it becomes quite hot after a while. So if you know you are going to play a lot of games for a long time, you might want to look at some other phone. If you are not a heavy gamer, then this phone will give you a very smooth performance without any overheating issues. Like always, Motorola has nailed the software this time as well. It comes with pure Android Marshmallow out of the box, and Motorola adds just a few apps on top to make the user experience more pleasurable. You get the Moto display, which shows you the time and the notifications on the lock screen in a very low power mode. You also get a few Motorola actions like twist to open the camera app, double chop to turn on the flash, and flip the phone when it's ringing to put it on Do Not Disturb mode. For a long time, people have been unhappy with the camera on the Moto G devices, but this is going to change with the Moto G4 Plus. The 16 megapixel rear camera with laser autofocus and face detect autofocus is just the best on any smartphone under 15,000 rupees. It takes amazingly crisp images with great color reproduction, has a super fast autofocus system, and the 1080p video turns out to be very stable even with just the software stabilization. With this great image sensor, this time we also get a great manual mode in the camera app, which lets you have a better control over the images which you take. I have a dedicated camera review of the Moto G4 Plus. Definitely check it out for a lot more camera samples. If you use your smartphone for taking a lot of images and videos back to back, then you might want to consider the fact that it again heats up a bit after extended usage. Other than that, it's an amazing camera. The 3000 mAh battery has to power a 5.5-inch 1080p screen, but it still manages to last me an entire day, and I have no problem ending my day with over 20% of battery still remaining. This phone supports fast charging, and thankfully it comes with Motorola's turbocharger, which can completely charge this phone in just under 90 minutes. Motorola has taken a new approach with the Moto G lineup this time. Some of the things are bang on target, while some have missed the mark by a large margin. They went out and launched two devices with just a couple of differences, which is really not a good move. A Moto G4 with a 5-inch display would have made more sense according to me. The fingerprint scanner is a great addition to unlock the device, but since it's not a home button, it's just taking up the space on the chin of this phone. I have had a number of occasions where I tried to tap this button to go back to the home screen, but it does nothing. You need some time to get used to the fact that it is not a home button. This phone comes with a gyroscope, which means you can use it with a VR headset. But I am surprised at the omission of the magnetometer, which is quite important for navigation and compass. Without this, the compass just gives messed up directions when not paired with cellular data. The large size and the flat back makes it a bit difficult and uncomfortable to hold. It is incredibly light for a device with 5.5-inch screen, but a rounded back would have provided a much nicer feel in hand. Although the overall performance of the phone is very smooth, the choice of Snapdragon 617 processor is quite surprising because of its overheating issues. I have been pushing this device through a lot in the last couple of weeks, and even with some of the things which I have mentioned above, I found that this phone performs really well. If you are not a heavy gamer, then there are very less chances that you will ever come across the overheating issue. It absolutely flies through any task you throw at it. You are certain to get the latest Android updates when they become available, and to top it off, it has got the best camera in its price range. So overall, the Moto G4 Plus is a pretty solid device to consider if you are looking for a smartphone in under 15,000 rupees. You should only stay away from this device if you are a heavy gamer. For everyone else, this is a great smartphone. So that is it for this video, guys. What are your thoughts about the Moto G4 Plus? Let me know in the comment section. Please hit the like button if you enjoyed this video, and also subscribe to the channel for more cool videos like this. You can also check out some of the other videos on this channel. This is Sagar, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Take care.